Ever since the wheel decided my next tier 4 and chose it to be Miles Morales, I've been trying to figure out where his value can come from. And then, the other day when I was playing World Boss, I realized that I completely forgot that World Boss challenges exist. And this exact challenge on a boss that I actually really enjoy, Corvus, not only because it's the most valuable boss because it drops the best loot, but also it's genuinely a fun fight, and I like seeing the throwback to Corvus and Proxima. It reminds me of the good old days of Marvel Future Fight before World Boss Legend. Requires Miles Morales. You can see right there, clear with Miles Morales 3 times and 5 times. I already did it to 1 completion, but I can do it again. And so I thought I would open the video by playing this run through with Thor using Beta Ray Bill support. But then I was like, why don't I just try with Miles Morales? Like, it doesn't matter. So, on the one hand, Beta Ray Bill is not going to buff Miles. On the other hand, we can actually bring in a couple of supports here who will have a team up with, well, that's max HP and cooldown. That's actually not very good. But basically, we can, look for some team ups. Well, if we had, no, that would just be attack speed. That wouldn't even be very good. Does Spider-Man have any good one? Okay, there we go with Mr. Fantastic. So if we bring in Mr. Fantastic, we get an extra 5% physical attack and an extra HP. Pretty nice stuff. And I'm just going to see here if he can clear it pretty straightforwardly. Can he do it? Now, I brushed up on my playstyle for Miles Morales because I think on stream, when I was playing him at level 80 tier 3 the last time I played him for you guys, to compare to Hawkeye, I wasn't playing him very well. So I realize now that the rotation is pretty straightforward. You just cancel everything. That's right. You just cancel everything. And you cancel everything. You do your 2 rotations, and then you charge up the thing here, and you go for broke on the next rotation with the accumulation buff active. So hopefully I've got this right. You only need to cancel the 4th. Or you only have to not cancel the 4th skill. But hopefully I've got this right, and we can smash it with my boy, Miles Morales. I think we're doing pretty well so far. This is a pretty tough stage. We have a mighty judgment for those of you wondering. The damage feels a little bit inconsistent, I would say. Like, it's really good sometimes, and then it's not so good other times. But I think my Judgment proc is still activating. We are definitely a little behind right now. That damage is really good. Wow, 3-4 bars just flying there. I think you can play a little bit more aggressively to kind of cancel. Okay, 1 minute 12 seconds is fine. I think we're actually totally fine because we already threw a third of the boss, and we still have plenty of time. But, we'll see. We'll see here. We can queue up the tier 3 at the beginning. I may be a little bit slower. Oh, and I'm also not using the best striker, right? I'm using Iron Man striker. So that's certainly going to dock me some points in the, best Miles Morales players division. But he's so tanky, man. With that artifact, he is so tanky. It's fantastic. Let's go. He never gets hit, basically. We do want the stun here on Corvus. Yeah. Because Proxima takes a lot more damage. Very nice. Okay, we've pretty much hit the halfway point, and we're 2 minutes in. So yeah, this should be a bit tight. But for my first time playing Miles, I have to say, my first time playing Miles in a year. That's actually really impressive. And it's also, like I said, terrible striker. Not the right striker. You can pretty much just spam. It's almost like a spam rotation, really. Because you're just trying to charge up that tier 3 as much as possible because it gives them that accumulation. So I kind of forgot how good Miles is. Well, I didn't forget, but I guess I just didn't know how good he was at tier 4. And how easy he is to play, right? Which is why you probably want to give him a judgment and just let him go crazy. I don't know why. I think I got stunned by something. Oh, I died. Oh, no. I died. No, man, I died. All right, my bad. So I died there, but I'm back, and I'm actually doing it faster than before, mainly because we switched to Ghost Rider Striker. So yeah, strikers matter, guys. Big surprise, big spoiler there. I'm having a bit of targeting issues where it seems like Proxima and Corvus are hitting me a lot when I don't think they should be hitting me. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that, but oh my god, I died again. All right, so we made it back here again, and I think the clear is a little bit faster. Unfortunately, I died because I wasn't paying attention to the boss mechanics as much, and I think Miles just got hit more than I thought he would, despite the fact that I was gassing him up to be a dodge king. Yeah, so we just got to be a little bit more careful. Oh my god. All right, so here we are back in the boss. I actually had quite a bit of difficulty getting here. I kept dying at that exact same step at 20 bars. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, Corvus just kept one-shotting me. Very odd quirk, but yeah, this is right in line with what I expected as far as the clear time goes, with about 4 minutes. It was a tougher fight than I expected, but to be honest, it's very impressive that Miles can do this with no support. That is the biggest thing here, because I was used to clearing this with Thor, yes, with a very similar build with a Mighty Rage. Actually, a similar build, but a better build, right? He does have a 4-star artifact instead of a 6-star artifact for Thor versus Miles, but Thor has an offensive artifact, whereas Miles has a defensive artifact, so it doesn't actually provide any offensive buffs to his build. And Miles only has, what, 6 Odin's Blessings, whereas Thor has a full 20. So even though he had no support, he was able to do that in 4 minutes. My Thor does it in about 3 to 3.5 minutes. So presumably with a support, Miles would even be faster than Thor, which is pretty nuts considering that he's such an old character. Like, he's a year older than Thor. Thor's uniform is from 2024. This is from 2023. I think a lot of people forget that. But what other content can Miles do? As it turns out, Miles Morales is actually not available for a lot of the stages on the first 4 bosses. Now, that may be an issue for some players, but it actually does not matter to me at all, because I don't play those stinkers anyway. So we're actually going to boot up all the way to stage 54 of Jean, and we actually have a really nice comparison now, because we can put him toe-to-toe with my brilliant Rage Luna. And I'll show you how fast she clears it, and then how fast Miles clears it. And there we go with Luna at 2 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. So it's about a 2-minute clear, give or take about 10 seconds. Now, with essentially the same team, except we're switching out Nick Fury lead for Miles, because of course Miles' lead is 10% better than Nick Fury's lead. Self-buffing Kings unite. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what he can do here against the same boss. So we're going to do this. We're going to do the 6, then we're going to co-op, and we're going to just flow right into the very next rotation while the accumulation is still up. So it's a 25-second phase 1. I know I didn't show you the whole Luna fight, but I'm already feeling the juice on this one. Now, to be fair, a Rage is going to perform, you know, worse than a Judgment for World Boss Legend. We know that with a little bit of Pierce, Rage actually performs really well, but once you get Pierce, Rage performs quite a bit worse because it doesn't have synergy, or sorry, Rage performs worse when you have Pierce because it doesn't have the synergy with Pierce, because they both do the same thing. They both sort of ignore the boss's defensive layers. So we know that. All that being said, I'm flying. Okay, technicals aside, I am flying through this. We are at a minute here. This is crazy. We're already in the last phase here. Luna, you know, she does a lot of damage, but she still doesn't do quite enough damage to get through the fight without having to do the boss phase, where like the special mini game of this fight where Jean goes into that sort of like enraged state and you have to run back and forth. As you can see from that bar down below, Miles is not even close. We still have plenty of time before we get there, and it's over. So first try, I'm 35 seconds faster. He's anywhere from 25 to 35% faster, meaning he's dealing anywhere from 25 to 35% more damage. And again, like I know that the energy, destruction, and judgment are going to perform better than Rage, but we are talking about my rank 400 Luna with 20 Odin's Blessings, right? With a 4-star artifact, but with a brilliant Rage. Okay, not the best roll, sure, but a brilliant rage nonetheless. Versus a mighty rage Miles with 5 Odins, same striker. In this case, he happens to be ranked 350, actually has a better rank because her ranking is more competitive because of ABL, ABX. And really, that's why Miles is not a more beloved character, right? Because he doesn't have supreme value for content where the rewards are stronger. But man, he completely deletes bosses in World Boss. And he deletes them in GBR as well. The only reason why I'm not bringing that in as a showcase for today is because it's the combat day. But if I could switch this to the blast day, he deletes the boss. I was even shocked before queuing up with a Miles because he out DPS'd some of my characters, and I was like, what is going on? It's crazy. So I know there's a lot going on the screen, but I'll explain because it's pretty straightforward. Here you can see on the main screen, we have Doctor Strange with Miles Morales running stage 14-1 of Dispatch, one of the hardest Dispatch stages that exist right now with Valkyrie support. In the other smaller screen in the corner, you have a sped up version of almost the same team, except one crucial difference. Instead of Miles Morales, it's Thor with a mighty rage. And I wanted to test this out because of the run that I've been doing for a while now when I was farming the Snowman was with Thor, because I figured Thor was a really good striker. He has synergy with Doctor Strange because he can use the leadership and take advantage of the ignore dodge, and he generally hits hard, and we have lightning resistance down, all defense down, etc. But I thought, you know what, Miles is so cracked. He has nice AoE on his skills. He also deals elemental damage. He also deals lightning defense down like Thor. Could I just sub him in and maybe offer an alternative to some players who, you know, for whatever reason didn't build up Thor and they did build up Miles, whatever. So I'm just testing here to see how he does and how he compares, because I believe it was a minute and 50-second clear for the first team, which means that they took, just under 2 minutes to clear the stage. And it looks like we're going to get a similar time here, possibly faster, from Miles. So just sort of dispelling some of the preconceived notions that people have about, wow, we blew that boss up. The preconceived notions that some people have about characters like Miles Morales, characters like Human Torch, that they're just a one-trick for one piece of content, which is World Boss. No, he's actually a 3-trick pony. World Boss, GBR, and, if you want, Dispatch farming. In my opinion, that's pretty damn good. Not saying you should go in tier 4 him by any means. The wheel did this for me, but I'm certainly able to extract more value out of him than I previously anticipated. So yeah, that's the review here, guys. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Miles Morales tier 4. Did anything surprise you? If so, what and how? Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, or a thumbs down if you hated it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.